It was a little cooler out there today. That's definitely a welcome change for many of us. 3 days ago, we topped out close to 100 degrees in Denver. Today, not even close. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. I'm Mark Salinger.
And I'm Jennifer Meckles. Let's bring in now Corey Reppenhagen. What a difference like 2 days makes here, my goodness.
Oh man, it feels so good out there. Temperatures in the low 70s. You can see some thunderstorms all around the area. Denver Airport actually got hit with one of those storms today. Everyone else in the metro is kind of still waiting for a bigger dose of rain, and we'll have that chance all the way till about 8 o'clock. There's your temperatures right now, low 70s across the area. We have a severe thunderstorm watch. That's the teal color on eastern Colorado there. That goes until 8 o'clock. A few storms down to the south, but look at this kind of a bow of thunderstorms out here to the east of Denver. There's going to be some very powerful winds out in front of that thing. Right here in Denver, we will be able to see a storm or two over the next 4 hours. So we'll have 4 more hours of storm chances. We did have one storm right there, line up the Denver Airport NWS official rain gauge and dropped a 1.43 inches. That's almost an inch and a half of rain in 45 minutes. That's actually a new record for August the 10th in Denver. And it's the rainiest day in Denver since April 27th, 2024. Of course, that's DIA. Nobody else in Denver has been hit just yet, but we have a chance. Here's the temperatures for tomorrow, maybe a little bit warmer into the 80s, and the next 3 days will stay in basically the low 80s or low 90s until Wednesday. That's when the heat comes back. More on that in just a few minutes.
All right, Corey, thank you. The Lee Fire burning near the town of Meeker is now more than 113,000 acres, making it now the 5th largest wildfire in Colorado history. It's burned an area now larger than the city and county of Denver.
In Craig, about 4 hours northwest of Denver, a cluster of homes were briefly put on evacuation notice this afternoon after a new wildfire started. First responders were concerned about a fire that started near the northeastern corner of that town. Within the last hour, though, as firefighters slowly get a handle on this, they've moved to pre-evacuation status for that one.
It's hard to believe, but the weather conditions are actually helping firefighters today. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch shows us how.
Cloudy skies and cooler temperatures are giving us some summer relief here in the metro, but firefighters out west are the ones who need a change in pattern the most. After days of heating up, Colorado is finally cooling down. Bruno Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's been a rough week weather-wise.
Is an incident meteorologist on the Lee and Elk fires. He says weather has created challenges for firefighters.
So we've just been dealing with a very dry, very warm, and above all, breezy conditions over the past week or so.
But after 6 days of red flag warnings, there's some relief.
Today's actually our first day without a red flag warning for high fire danger.
Rodriguez says wind has been a critical factor.
Especially when it comes to the wind speeds, those have really tapered off today.
Keeping close to frontline updates is Scott McCabe.
They have been out there now for 7 days.
The North Metro Fire Battalion chief has 5 firefighters deployed to the fires.
They're working nights, so they're really supporting a lot of burnout operations, just trying to tie fire line together.
McCabe says he's had daily contact with the team on the western slope. He says weather has large impacts on what firefighters can do.
As the weather starts to help us and not hurt us, we'll be able to get those resources out to start building more fire line.
Both McCabe and Rodriguez say it'll take more than calming winds to stop the fire's spread.
We need lower temperatures and higher humidity to make any kind of positive effect out there.
They're hopeful more relief is on the way.
We're still not out of the woods. Like I said, even fairly light winds have been of concern on this fire, and we're going to continue to deal with that.
Rodriguez says there may be some moisture to come into the area next weekend, but at this point, he doesn't think it's going to be enough to have a significant impact. In Denver, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Aurora police say they've now arrested a career criminal overnight after a short chase that ended in Civic Center Park Pond. So this picture shows you the suspect's car crashed into the Aurora City sign not far from Chambers and Alameda. Police believe the car was stolen, and they say after the crash, the suspect bailed on the car, ran away, eventually jumped into the pond where he was caught, and then later booked into jail.
We're expecting a large crowd tomorrow at Lakewood City Council meeting. They want the city to open an independent investigation into the death of Jack Stratone. Gratone is a hairstylist and transgender woman. She went missing in April. Weeks later, her body was found in a narrow space between two buildings in Lakewood, below a second-floor apartment window. The Jeffco Sheriff and Coroner's Office says the length of time before her body was found made it impossible to determine exactly how she died. The report said that drugs, accidental blunt force injuries, and assault are all possible in this case. Jax's family has been vocal about the way that Lakewood police have handled this case so far. They say it reflects a broader crisis in the way that trans people are treated in our country. Lakewood police say the case is still under investigation and decline to comment.
The DOJ is now linking a group of ATM thieves to crimes in Larimer County, Fort Collins, and Greeley. They were caught after stealing almost $70,000 from a credit union down in Canyon City, part of a scheme called jackpotting. Criminals can exploit weaknesses in ATMs, forcing them to dispense cash without even charging to a specific account. Back in May, employees at the Power Credit Union in Canyon City were notified that the ATM had gone offline, but no alarm sounded. Next morning, they found they were out $68,000. 3 men were later charged and arrested for that crime. They've since been linked to about a dozen similar crimes across Colorado and California. The DOJ says none of those men have proper paperwork to be in the U.S.